PodcastOne presents the Steve Austin Show Classics.
You know, I've had a friend of mine join me on the phone, and I want to talk about this story that happened yesterday in my life. And it's, man, I tell you what, I still don't know how to feel about it. I'm still trying to come to grips with it. I might need counseling. Barry's in here in the studio with me. Barry,
call the doctor if you need.
God damn it. Get your fingers on the 9, the 1, and the 1, and push them in rapid fire fashion if I give you the high sign. I got a buddy on the phone, a friend of mine, Brian Bentley. Brian, how long have we known each other? You said earlier 6 or 7 years?
I would say that's a fairly safe estimation.
And you're currently residing in Texas, right?
I am.
So I'm talking to a friend of mine that I've known for 6 or 7 years, and he's from Texas, my home state. So, you know, I got to figure by all accounts, you're a pretty well-rounded cat. Brian, when you graduated from high school, and I am assuming you graduated from high school because I've never asked you, did you graduate from high school?
Yes, I did. I had to think for a second.
Were you like the valedictorian of your class?
I was close to the top, but only because we went in alphabetical order, so...
So, well, I know you ain't saying you're fucking dumb. You're smart, right?
Hey, I was not valedictorian, but I was not towards the bottom.
Did you go to college?
I did.
Where'd you go to college? Because I didn't know you went to college.
I did. I went to Baylor.
Get a degree?
I did.
Are you a doctor?
No.
Did you stay at a Holiday Inn Select last night?
No. But I got a radio TV degree, so I am in essence using it right now.
Holy shit! You got that going for you. Hey, check it out. Here's what happened to me yesterday. You know, I'm getting ready to film Redneck Island, so I'm getting ready to leave the United States and go down to Mexico. Right. And you know my wife, Kristen, and my wife, Kristen, is a lot smarter than I am. Oh, yes, she is. You can believe it. It really is true. And you know, Brian, you've talked to her many times. She's a hell of a lot smarter than I am. She has 2 degrees, and she's a former special education teacher of over 2 decades in the L.A. Unified School District, so she knows how to deal with my dumb ass. So anyway, you know, Kristen.
You said it, not me.
I know. So anyway, before I met her, man, you know, guys don't really take care of themselves that great. And I guess I was probably one of those guys. And, you know, when I met my wife, you know, and we were there together for, you know, however long we were together. And then, you know, finally we got married or whatever. She said, you know, have you ever had a facial? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? A facial? I said, hell no, I ain't never had no facial. So she said, well, you know, before you go do this movie, we need to get you a facial because you're going to have a lot of close-ups and stuff like that. So I'm thinking to myself, man.
Did you know what that was?
No, it's like when a guy like me from South Texas, you know, when you think of a facial, you think, yeah, you're laying there on a little table and they, you know, rub some little shit on you and say, lather up your face and wash your face and, you know, then they kind of, you know, rub you down a little bit and send you out the door. No. That's not exactly what happens in this kind of a facial. The kind of facials that my wife wanted me to get was an extraction. This is when a highly trained professional squeezes all the little fucking blackheads and shit out of your face. And when you're a gym rat like I am and a guy who hunts and fishes and uses a chainsaw and builds and destroys shit and gets dirty and grimy and just does what men do, I got a lot of fucking blackheads, believe it or not. I got blackheads. Brian, do you believe I have blackheads?
I'm believing that this was not an in-and-out procedure is what I'm believing.
Oh, God dang. And you know what? The second time I went, after the first time I went, I ate like 3 Vicodin. I mean, son of a bitch. And never go to a meeting after you've had an extraction because I remember right after I had a facial one time, she'd been squeezing all the zits and shit and blackheads out of my nose. And, of course, my fucking beak was swollen up. It was red. I looked like I had that whiskey nose. And I'm talking to this guy about putting me in a damn movie. And it looks like, you know, I just drunk her and Cooter Brown the night before, which wasn't the case. I just had this shit beat out of me getting a facial. So, Brian, if I can give any advice to you, Barry, you too, don't get a facial before you get an interview. So anyway, let me move on to what I had done yesterday. She had talked me into doing the facial. I'm leaving for Redneck Island here pretty quick. So tomorrow I'm actually going to get this facial. And but she also talked me into getting yesterday. She says to me, we're going to go get a manicure pedicure.
Wait, hold on. I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Getting this facial, now are they using like specialized tools or is this a straight on 6-foot-tall, 300-pound Swedish woman jamming you in the nose with her fingers.
No, it's actually a kind of a petite lady. She's very awesome. She's just a sweetheart. She's awesome. She got the strongest damn hands, and she just uses her thumbnails for the most part and squeezes them little blackheads and wipes it on a blackhead towel, I guess, thing. And I think it was like a pound of them the first time I went. We didn't actually weigh them, but I can't say a pound. I mean, it might have been about an 8-ball worth of blackheads on that damn scale if we'd weighed them. But anyway, so my wife says to me, we got to go get a manicure pedicure. And I said, well, shit, I don't know about that. And she goes, no, Steve, you're going to get a manicure pedicure. And when my wife says that, she says, Steve, you're going to go get a manicure pedicure, I'm the man of the house and all that macho bullshit, but when Kristen takes that tone, next thing you know, there we are walking into the damn salon. And I feel I
can confirm that.
And I'm real leery about my feet. I don't really give a shit. I live in Los Angeles 95% of the time, and I wear flip-flops everywhere I go, and I don't really give a shit what my feet look like. And when I'm in South Texas, if I don't got a pair of snake boots on, I'm wearing sandals down there, too. And I like to fancy myself as a pretty clean cat, but if we're laying in bed, and I'm not going to go into explicit stuff here, but if we're laying in bed and one of my feet happens to touch my wife's leg, she jerks away and says, oh, don't let your feet touch my damn leg. I mean, it's like my feet are so goddamn crusty, she thinks she's going to catch a disease from my toenail touching her leg. So anyway, we walk in there. And, I'm hoping none of my friends drives by and sees me in there. And, I'm the only idiot in there in a camouflage hat, a camouflage jacket.
No TMZ, is there?
We didn't call TMZ like the rest of these dipshits out here and say, hey, I want to be getting a manicure, pedicure, show up and take some pictures. So I'm sitting there, and then I flip off my sandals, and the lady sits me down. And then I put my feet on the little gimmick there. And she kind of looks at my feet, and I'm reading her face. And I know she's thinking like, oh, fuck. I'm just waiting for her to go back in the back and come out in a hard hat, a pair of goggles, and a jackhammer and start working on my goddamn feet, right?
A belt sander.
A fucking belt sander. A biohazard suit. So anyway, she fills this little gimmick tub up with water. And then she tells me, to put my feet in the water. And just one of them, because she's going to start chiseling on the other one with a hammer and a chisel. And then I put my foot in the water, and it's hotter than a motherfucker. And she looks at me, she goes, the water okay? And I'm thinking, well, shit, it's burning the shit out of me. It's killing me. But I'm not going to sell it because all the other people in there, which are women and my wife, are probably under the same temperature of water. So I'm not going to be a puss and start squalling about the water. So anyway, she's banging on one foot with a hammer and a chisel. My foot's boiling in a fucking kettle so I can soak off some of the shit off of it. And then I got this other lady working on my right hand. She's already starting to trim my fingernails and do all that kind of bullshit. So, I'm looking over at my wife, and she's just sitting there relaxing like, not a care in the world. And I'm still not quite sure about what to think about this whole process, and I'm wondering about someone seeing me in there. Brian?
You're locked in. You got your hands
here.
Oh, yeah, I ain't going nowhere.
At that point, you're in for the duration.
And I got to say, and then that one lady started giving me a massage on my forearm and kind of doing a reflexology shit and pounding on my arms a little bit, and I'm kind of digging it, I'm saying, shit, this is pretty cool as long as none of my friends drive by. And, and I'm doing this so I can go host Redneck Island. And a lady keeps working on my feet. And, I don't know how long they worked on our feet. It was probably 30 or 40 minutes. And, they washed my feet, my legs, my calves. They gave me a damn calf massage. And I'm digging it, right? And so I'm thinking, you know what, as long as no one really finds out about this, and I'm talking about it on podcast.
Yeah. And I've got a great idea. Yeah. I'm going to podcast about it.
Yeah. So I told my wife when we were walking out, and when I was first sitting there, I didn't know where to shit or wind my watch. I was kind of embarrassed because, I'm a guy that when my nails need clipping, I clip them. And when my toenails need to be trimmed, I'm like any other guy sitting on the couch drinking a beer, eating a sandwich. I just peel them off with my fingers. That's what we do, right?
Yep. That's how I was taught. I mean, that's in the manual.
So thus far into the conversation, am I okay being a man and going and getting a manicure, pedicure?
You're going to have the sexiest fingers on Redneck Island, though.
I will. Mm-hmm. I've got that going for me.
But there's so much irony here that you're getting a manicure and a pedicure and a facial to go host Redneck Island.
Yeah, I know, but you're cool with me being a man getting a manicure, pedicure, and a facial, right?
Well, I'm out of arm's distance, so I can argue with you.
I called you, Brian, because I wanted a pretty smart cat's opinion from Texas.
The manicure is fine. The pedicure, I could throw that out the window. But we're not taking the next step, and we're not talking about getting anything waxed, are we?
Oh, dude. But you know what? I'm glad you said that because I wasn't going to go there. But, man, if I got to trim my bush up, I'll handle that my goddamn self. You know?
I'm saying, I can understand taking care of the face and doing the extraction that, with the close-ups and being on TV and getting the manicure because your hands are going to be on TV. I don't know if your feet are going to necessarily be on TV.
No, that my feet will be on TV because I wear flip-flops during the entire film in Redneck Island. What do you think about that?
I don't have a problem with that.
So you're good. On a man front, Barry, you're a city slicker. Now, you're from here. You're from Ventura County. You live here on the streets of Los Angeles. You don't live on the streets. You're not homeless. We're not saying that. You've got a great job. You're charismatic. You're producing the shit out of this show. How are you with the fact that with this manicure pedicure?
I got no problem with it. I think it's an added bonus if you can go, but you have to go with another girl. You can't go with your homies.
Oh yeah, no, dude, that goes without saying.
That's the only way you can get away with it.
A great point, but it does go without saying. But yeah, absolutely. Now, Brian, if you and I had walked in there like a couple, what's that?
You cannot fly solo and do that either.
No.
No, shit, no, you can't do that. But Barry,
you could say, well, my wife dragged me in here, and I didn't want to be rude, and I didn't want to. Okay, oh gosh, well.
No,
when secretly you probably said, I need to get another pedicure, Kristen.
You don't say, you don't just call up your bud and say, hey, dude, what you doing? Oh, man, kind of nursing this hangover. Well, fuck it. Let's go get a Mani-Pedi.
Let's go get our calves massaged. What do you say?
Hey, I'll take it one step further.
Hey, as long as the girls are hot, though, that's a bonus, I think.
We were there. There was only like 2 other chicks in there getting worked on, and they were older. And, of course, I'm with my wife. It's not going to send me checking chicks out now. Come on.
Well, you do it on the stealth, That's the
way
you get away with
stealth.
it.
Dude, Brian, I ain't going to do anything on the stealth with my wife. She got eyes in the back of her head.
Camouflage shirt and hat. I don't necessarily think that it was to hide while you're checking out chicks. And quite frankly, she's pretty smart.
She's very smart.
Did you do the talking, or did you do the talking when you got there?
She did the talking. Yeah. And I had the money in my pocket, to pay cash because I don't want to leave any kind of, I don't want to leave a paper trail like Jody Arias. So anyway, I paid cash, and I just gave her all the money I had in my pocket. And I said, well, how much do you tip them? And she said, this much. And I said, no, God damn it. I said, you got to give more than that. My wife's pretty damn thrifty. We still use coupons when we go shopping, God damn it. So I said, but if I'm going to go do something, I'm a good tipper. You got to take care of people. And after taking care of my goddamn feet the way they did, and you ought to see the way they look, Barry is the only one here in the studio with me. If he's lucky, I'm going to take my socks and shoes off and let you look at my toenails before I leave.
Please don't. I'll see. Just put it up to the video camera there. Are you going to do this again? That's the question.
I am.
You hooked?
Well, that's the thing, because when you go as a couple, it's
you just go once.
It was kind of pricey, and so. But I told my wife, I said, well, how often do you do this? And she just said, well, once a month. So, I think as a guy, I think I'm cool getting it done. I think there's a hygiene, cleanliness factor to it. But I think I'd have to pull my own man/redneck card if I went every month.
Yeah, not regular.
I'm thinking biannual. Like once every 6 months, go get these motherfuckers tuned up. I can handle the rest. Y'all down with that?
That is fine.
You're listening to another classic episode of The Steve Austin Show, only on PodcastOne.
Guys, Father's Day is just around the corner, and I know the perfect gift he didn't know he needed. But trust me, he needs this. And I'm talking about Meter. Meter is a sleek, smart meat thermometer that guarantees the perfect cook every single time. Keeps an eye on the food and lets him know when that juicy chicken, mouth-watering steak, or award-winning brisket is ready to come off the grill or out of the oven. You'll never under or overcook your meat again, so go ahead and delete that food delivery app. Meter gives you a countdown for the cook so you can spend time with the family, kick back, and have a beer while Meter watches your food. You'll know exactly when to take the food off the grill or when it's ready to chow down. Super simple, super easy, perfect results. Now, your boy is much more suited to do the party hosting. You know, I get to chatting and regularly overcook the meat. Like, don't put me on barbecue duty. But this can get me back on barbecue duty, back in the good graces of my guests and giving them delicious meats because it's coming out at the perfect time. And to my point, I just got a smoker. It works in that too. Works on the grill, the smoker, the oven, the air fryer, the rotisserie oven, sous vide cooking, literally anywhere. Comes with cloud service. You can have limitless range so you can still check on the cook while you watch TV or run to the store for some more ingredients. Monitor your turkey, steaks, prime ribs, and chicken in the app. So this way you can relax and pretend you're doing a whole lot more than you are. This is the perfect gift and cooking tool for the dad in your life to level up his barbecue game. So shop now at Meter.com for a limited deal, a special Father's Day engraved meter bundled with some other awesome accessories. Barbecue season is coming up. Get dad grilling and shop at Meter.com. That's MEATER.com. Get grilling.
So anyway, we walk out of the Mani-Pedi thing, and I went out, and she was letting her nails dry. I didn't get no polish put on my nails, Brian. I didn't get to get a coat of clear. I just got them clipped. I got the cuticles trimmed. I got them scrubbed and all that shit. So anyway, she's in there letting her...
They come out super fly, though. Like,
oh, yeah, they come out fly like a motherfucker. I did show Barry my fingernails when I walked in. I said, dude, check this shit out.
You have to show it to me. They were sparkling.
Oh, yeah, sparkling like a motherfucker. So I'm out there sitting on the table, not on the table. I'm kind of chilling out and... wait for my wife to come out. She pays, settles up and everything. And so since we're right there by the CVS pharmacy and I'm getting ready to go to Redneck Island, I'm about 2 weeks out from leaving. So, you know, I got to start getting all my shit ready because there's, you know, when you leave for a month, you got to have all your stuff ready because if you leave it to last second packing, you're going to forget something. You got to get all your prescriptions filled. You got to get all your shaving cream, your razors, all that bullshit. I'll ship some of my food. They're picking up some weights for me. So I got to take care of all that stuff. So we went into the CVS pharmacy. And when I first met my wife, we're going to continue this vein on hygiene and male species of human beings. You know, I'm a regular guy, man, South Texas. And, you know, when you shower, you use a bar soap and water. And I've always been, you know, throughout the days, my mom used to buy different shit, you know, regular dial soap. On my own, if I'm going to go buy a bar soap, I'll probably get the Ivory. Smells pretty decent. Don't smell too fruity. And, you know, I prefer not to smell like anything at all. And, you know, like from all my damn ways and traveling and wrestling and hunting and shit like that, when I go take a shower, I just use a bar soap and water. And you rub the bar all over your body, right, to clean it up. Every now and then, when you're dirty as a motherfucker, you use a wash rag. But, Barry, do you use a wash rag when you take a shower?
Yeah, every once in a while. I mean, I'm a bar and soap kind of guy.
A bar and soap kind of guy. So what I'm saying, you know, don't make me look like a piece of shit. Brian, you a bar and soap guy or what?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, you usually go into I think they're called foofas or something, you know, those little puffy things. Once you get
if you got
check it out.
Back, if you're really dirty, you got an extender, you get scrub back there. But yeah,
check it out.
Straightforward. Water, bar, soap.
Well, that's what I used to do as well. But when I met my wife, she says, "What are you doing for your face? This is pre-facial." And easy there. So I said, "Well, just washing the motherfucker with a bar and soap." And she goes, "No, you need to get one of these little exfoliating gimmicks." And it's just like a little sponge you guys were talking about, you know, like a scrunchy thing. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah.
So, you know, I go to CVS Pharmacy, and I figure, well, I'm going to Mexico now.
So you went in there and bought Bought lady products?
I didn't buy a lady product. I bought a mesh body sponge.
You found the manliest one there.
I found the manliest motherfucking body sponge they had at CVS, and I bought not one but two of them.
Still in your camos at that point?
They didn't. See, that's the problem. I need to come out with a camo gimmick scrubber that's got for the guys. Are you following me, Brian?
I think it's genius. I don't know why you haven't done it already.
Well, check it out. I mean, there's some white ones, pink ones, lime green ones. And, you know, white is good because you can see the dirt. And I didn't want a pink one. I mean, that's obviously kind of feminine, man. I mean, you know, I ain't going to get my guy card pulling some shit like this. So I bought the pretty cool green one. And then, guess what else they had? They had one of those mesh things on a stick. A stick is about 12 or 14 inches long. It's a scrubber on a stick. And obviously, we've seen all those before, but I ain't never bought one. So I bought that motherfucker, and this morning before I came up here to do this podcast, I busted out that sponge on a stick after I'd already scrubbed all the other parts of my body with the regular scrubbing gimmick and exfoliated everything. I scrubbed the middle of my back. From up here?
Is this like first time ever?
No, you know, but it's like how many times at 48 years of age have I really, truly washed my spinal, you know, right there in the middle of my fucking back? How many times?
The dirtiest place on your body because you can't reach it.
Yeah. Exactly. Brian, how many times have you truly washed every area of your body? You can't tell me, can you?
Loofah things, and I have been known to grab it on occasion. But it's not a regular deal.
Yeah, it's like an annual thing.
But see, so I got one. I spent $5.99 and got a scrubber on a stick, goddammit. So check it out. To keep going down this and this is all about male hygiene. I want to make sure that we're following the point here of a trail of destruction that we're going down. I got this mesh body sponge. I got a body scrubber on a stick. And like we've been talking about, I'm a soap and water kind of guy. But when, you know, I got with my wife, she started buying me these body washes.
What body wash is? You got a whole bunch of them now?
Well, I mean,
pick and choose?
No, she used to buy all the body washes. I mean, we still got a drawer full of Ivory soap. There's about 10 bars in there last time I checked. We go to Costco and load up on all the shit, right? But anyway, when my wife goes, for the last few years, I've been using the body wash. And so, you know, like, I'm a cheap motherfucker, and I don't usually go buy these kind of things. So, you know, right there when you kind of get the end of the body scrub, you know, you got to put the cap on it and use a throwing motion to use centrifugal force to get all the shit there at the end of the thing. So
leave
you
it upside down for 2 weeks.
Yeah, get that last squirt, and then
put a little bit of water in there, rinse it out.
Well, that was my next step. And so then you're fucked, and you get in there with your body scrubbers, and you realize you ain't got a bar soap. Your body wash is all out. So then you got to yell for your wife to bring you the bar soap that you should have been using to begin with. So anyway, to continue, we're at CVS. I've got a body scrubber, got a body scrubber on a stick. I'm taking to Mexico. I can use it for self-defense as well as cleanliness. And when you start looking, I just usually wait for my wife to put the body wash in the shower. And so I never knew that we were faced with so many choices once you go buy this body wash. And
at least an aisle of it.
Well, there is an aisle of it. And, you know, this was...
stores dedicated to it.
There is?
Yeah.
I got to start hanging up.
You get stuck at the mall and ask what a Bath and Body Works is. You're welcome.
Oh yeah, well I've heard of those, man. Yeah, man, those things smell like a motherfucker. So I don't. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You know, if any of us, if Barry, you and I in Los Angeles, or Brian, you and I in Texas, go get a Mani-Pedi, we're not going to go hang out at the body wash station. So don't get any ideas. So I'm looking for the body scrub, right? And here's the Olay brand has the age-defying body wash. Like, I'm going to take a shower with this motherfucker, and at 48 years of age, after taking a shower with this, I'm going to feel like I'm 22. I don't think that's going to happen. So you lost me right there. The age-defying body wash, I'm a little too hip to that. I'm out here in Los Angeles. Motherfuckers want to look young. They're going straight to the plastic surgeon. They're going to bypass the old age-defying body wash. Horse shit. Next on the line, we had a brand. It was a CVS brand. And this was the sensitive skin body wash. Now look at me. Barry, you look at me. Look.
Do you have ivory-sensitive skin there?
Brian, you know me for 6-7 years, although it feels like 6.5 to 7.5 I'm not the kind of cat.
I'm already shaking my head. No.
Dude, I'm not the kind of cat that's going to walk up to the cash register and have a little thing of sensitive skin body wash.
I just got exfoliated. Can I buy this?
Ain't happening.
And while you're at it, check out my nails. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
So I moved down the aisle and I went over to the soft soap brand, and they had the body butter strawberry smoother.
At any point, did Kristen smarten you up that there is a men's aisle for this stuff?
No.
The whole thing's just a rib for her. She's like pointing you.
You know what? Now that you say that, I think she was ribbing me, because with this body butter strawberry smoother, I didn't know where to put it on a piece of toast or drink the motherfucker. So,
what does it do? What is the smoother supposed to do?
I don't know, but I guess, it's going to be smooth like butter, and I was going to come out smelling like a big-ass 260-pound strawberry. So then the soft soap then had the pure cashmere. And isn't cashmere like a shit you put on? That's like hair.
Fabric?
Yeah, it's like you get a cashmere sweater.
The Led Zeppelin album, I thought.
Well, it was a song anyway. But, I mean, so I can't think that I'm going to be in there taking a shower with my scrubber and put a sweater on my scrubber and clean off with that. So that's not working for me. So then I go to the Nivea and check this shit out. They had 4 different ones. They had a touch of sparkle. They had a touch of harmony. They had a touch of serenity.
How do these smell?
Well, I didn't smell them. And then they had a touch of happiness. So, like, what if I'd have bought all 4 of those motherfuckers and put a little dab of each one on my scrubber and washed off with it? I'd have been a sparkly motherfucker in total harmony and serenity with the world, full of happiness.
Very happy.
So I bypassed the Nivea products. It was too much for me. And when I went to the Caress products, they had the brand, they had the little gimmick. It was Evenly Gorgeous. Sheer Twilight work for you?
Where do they come? Is there a whole department?
Caress to start with, so I guess Evenly Gorgeous really doesn't matter.
There must be a department where they just come up with goofy names for this stuff. It's like,
there's got to be. I mean, these got to be some highly fucked up individuals, man. But so then I said, okay, this ain't. You see these commercials all the time from Axe, and these guys try too hard. I mean, they're trying way too hard to be a guy. And so then when I started looking at the body wash they had, it was Deep Space.
Deep space.
Deep space. Now I ain't trying to go in orbit, goddammit. I just want to wash off. Then it had the Dark Temptation. And I was tempted. But I did not taste the Dark Temptation. Then they had the Rough and Rugged. Then they had the Rough and Rugged Snake Peel. Now what the fuck's that all about?
Why are you not endorsing that?
I'm going to put this on my scrubber and I'm going to start peeling like a snake? Well, fuck that. Then they had the Apollo. The Axe Apollo. Yes, and we have a problem. I got a problem in the shower here. Then they had Anarchy.
Don't they all smell the same, though, the Axe shit? They all smell the same to me. Like, they all have that hint of Abercrombie and Fitch. You walk by that mall store, and it's like you get punched in the face by flowers.
Yeah, you know what? You're onto something
and
there.
Ginger, too.
But then they had the dual purpose one. They had the dual purpose dial, hair and body. Now, there's been times back when I had hair and I was out of shampoo, so I used some soap to, wash my damn hair. But, hair and body, ain't working for me. I got a goatee and a bunch of skin. I don't need the hair part of that. Then they had the triple action one. This is one you could shave, shower, and shampoo. That's pretty goddamn confusing because I don't know too many cats that shave in the shower. You can, but if you got to follow any kind of lines, Barry, you got some hair on your face. I do, too.
I did in the shower today, and you can tell I'm all fucked up.
You didn't shave in the shower.
I just got
did you?
Neck thing going on. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you might have got some.
I barely shaved.
But you can't get any lines or trim on it. No, nobody shaves, showers, and shampoos. I mean, if you're going to do that, you might as well install a goddamn toilet in the bathroom and take a shit while you're there, too. That way you could damn shit, shower, shave, and shampoo and get everything done at one stop. What do you think about that?
It might work. Like in France. Don't they do that in France?
Brian, you're well versed in France. Does it work in France?
The quadruple action?
The quadruple action. The quad action is too much for me. Barry, you touched upon a subject a while ago when you were talking about the store that smells like something.
Mm-hmm. Abercrombie and Fitch.
Abercrombie and Fitch. I want to, while we're talking about, before I wrap this extravaganza up, because it's been an exciting 30 minutes of my life, and I'm so goddamn excited about it.
I learned a lot about your shower habits today.
Well, I want to rush home right now. I'm going to jump in my Ford Bronco. I'm going to run every red light in downtown Los Angeles, through Hollywood, get to Marina Del Rey, jump in the shower and break out my shower stick and throw on a bunch of body scrub and just do what I got to do.
Leave the AC off so you have a reason to shower.
Oh, yeah, man.
You get home nice and
Check
stinky.
it out. Yeah,
so what was the winner of this scented battle royal? What did you go with?
You know what? I went with, what was the name? I got here, I wrote it down here. I got the Gillette Odor Shield.
There you go.
Okay, you got to look at it this way. Gillette, trusted name, Odor Shield. Hey, that's what I'm down for. I'm just going to get clean. And so that's what I went with.
No extra bullshit.
Man brand, man scent. You're done.
Yeah, so I scored. I scored big time. And it took me about 20 minutes to comb through all this bullshit and find the Gillette Odor Shield. But I found it. Next time, I think I'm just going to use some scent away, which is, I don't like to smell like anything anyway. When you're bow hunting and you're trying to get close to your game and trying to cover up your scent, you wash your clothes and your body with the scent away. So I want to be as neutral as possible, which leads me right into you smelling that store, is when there ain't nothing worse than sitting on a goddamn airplane, minding your own business, smelling clean as a motherfucker but not offensive, and you got some deodorant on, and somebody walks by you, and it just smells like they had a gallon of perfume or cologne on. I don't give a shit if it's a guy or a gal. Too much cologne and too much perfume is absolute horseshit.
It happens all the time, too.
I mean, dude, I'm serious.
It happened earlier today. It was a girl that was walking by here, and I could smell her from in here.
So what happened?
I could smell her. That's about it.
Well,
what's the point? Are you supposed to be like, oh, that's a nice smell. I would like to know her. I would like to chase her.
Some people
but
just
instead
stink
it's like,
really
oh, dear
bad.
God, bathe woman, you smell like a French whore.
Yeah, but I don't really know what the fucking deal is when people are putting this shit on. I mean, if it's some guy looking at himself in the mirror, putting on an Armani suit, and they've been spraying this shit on for so damn long, they're immune to it. And I don't think their fucking noses work. Because I don't use any cologne at all, I'm highly sensitive to smell. My wife didn't wear any perfume. I'm not into it. I don't dig it. Now, if you're a guy or a gal, hey, one little squirt between your tits, all right, on your chest. If you're a guy on your chest, if you're a gal between your tits, or do that thing they do on TV, if you spray a little bit on your wrist and rub them together. That's all you need. You don't need a gallon of that shit because you should have washed off in the damn shower. You got a decent kind of soap. You shouldn't smell like a sumbitch. Don't put on too much perfume. Don't put on too much cologne.
You need to scrub because you have to scrub all that shit off your body.
I don't understand.
All you're going to do is water eyes.
All you're going to do is water eyes. And then on top of that, you put a heavy cigarette smoker on that sumbitch behind that cologne. Ugh. And you smell like a real pretty ashtray, and that ain't worth a flying shit. Brian?
Get the guy that sits next to you that takes his shoes off.
Oh, dude, okay, if the guy is going to take his shoes off, that's one thing. But on an airplane, guys should never take their shoes off. Guys should never fly with sandals on. I don't mind if a woman has sandals on. That's because women wear sandals. And I wear flip-flops every single day. But when I'm flying, you will never catch me with bare feet. If you take your shoes off, you got to have a pair of socks on. It is not cool. If there's a emergency in that airplane, you got to be able to throw your shit on and save people's lives. Nah, that's just bullshit. I made that up. I don't want to look at some fucking guy's feet. I ain't got a foot fetish. I ain't got an anti-foot fetish. I ain't got shit. But rules of travel state that if you're a guy, don't wear a pair of sandals.
We're just too close to each other on an airplane. Put fucking socks on.
Is that asking too much?
Because it's not going to be pleasant for anybody, except you, Mr. Guy Without Shoes.
Brian, are you sitting there picking your toenails right now?
I am not picking my toenails.
Do you wear cologne? Have I crushed your day? Have I called you out?
You ought to tweet him.
But while we're sharing things, I will admit...
Okay, hold on. Let me put my seatbelt on. Okay, go ahead.
I have had my brows waxed.
Oh, dude.
But, hold on a second, only because there are times that in need that I would look like Bert from Sesame Street.
Dude, man, I mean, why don't you just bust out a little razor gimmick and trim them
that's
yourself?
What I normally do, but there are times if I got an audition or if I'm going to meet somewhere, I got to trim it up. Then I got to get
on the recommendation of some chick, I hope.
Brian?
That would, yes.
Okay, good. It's like, I feel like I'm going to get my eyebrows waxed today. Let's go.
No, it's certainly not for fun.
Brian, I didn't, I knew that the Steve Austin show was going to have some groundbreaking shows, but I didn't know that we were going to touch upon lives and pull out such emotional things as you waxing your eyebrows. How often do you get those motherfuckers waxed?
Only on an as-needed basis.
Well, how often is that?
Oh, geez.
Oh, here we go. Reality check right now. Once a year, once a month.
Goddamn, someone cue up the Jeopardy music. How often you get your fucking eyebrows waxed?
You didn't want to answer it.
Yeah.
Maybe quarterly, maybe.
Quarterly. About time it's to pay taxes. Okay, you got to bust out the eyebrow stuff.
That's the way it goes. That's how I do it.
And you've never waxed the pubic region, right?
No.
No.
Not mine or anybody else's.
No, I've seen it done. I have a friend that's the vagina designer, and she does that. She's a waxer, guys and girls, but no thank you.
Not a fan?
Well, I'm a fan of what she does, but she doesn't have to do it on me.
Okay, then let's just shift the topic. Generally then, you dig chicks, right?
Mm-hmm.
You a bush guy or...
I'll take it either way. I mean, it's just like...
Damn, I'll take it when I can get it. I don't give a shit.
It's like Baskin Robbins. You get every different flavor. Preference.
Bush, no bush.
Man.
Little bush?
I like it trimmed. Yeah, I like it trimmed,
Runway? Landing strip?
Runway's cool. The more creative, the better. You get bonus points with your creativity.
Really?
Lightning bolt?
Lightning bolt's cool. Yeah.
Lightning bolts.
Little target. Little stick figure with a lawnmower. You seen that one? The little tattoo?
Dude, you're so full of shit. If I saw some chick with a lawnmower made out of her brush, I think it's time to haul ass.
Yeah, time to get checked.
You're listening to another classic episode of The Steve Austin Show, only on PodcastOne.
Brian, what you got coming up these days? I know Brian lives in down there by Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. He's big into the computer stuff and is also an aspiring actor. You can see his work. Hey, did you ever see that movie Temple Grandin, Barry?
No, but I heard there's a guy with really good eyebrows in it.
Oh, he was fucking phenomenal. Hey, dude, that was what, have you never seen Temple Grandin?
No.
You've got to see it. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life, and I'm going on record as saying that if you've never seen Temple Grandin, you've got to see this movie. An absolutely incredible true story. And Brian was actually in this thing. How did you get that part, motherfucker?
I auditioned for it.
I ain't never got a goddamn thing auditioned for.
Is that one of those days where you waxed for? Did you wax and get it?
There was probably some preparation for that, yes.
Hey, man, where was the audition? There in Dallas?
No, the audition was in Austin.
Were you?
It was the same guy that directed The Bodyguard with Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston.
Okay, now we're delving into even further subject matter that I'm dying to know of. What was it like on the casting couch with that guy?
It wasn't really a couch. I mean, there was a lot of standing.
How did his fingernails look?
I did not notice his fingernails, but he was a British gentleman. And
I didn't know you were into British guys.
Well, I've never been into a British guy, but
how did he smell?
Hey, you needed the fucking part, all right? Hey, cut this guy a fucking break.
There was, I mean, he could have cleaned up. But he was a nice guy. So yeah, if you have not seen the movie, I am the guy that spits in her Jell-O. We run into Claire Danes' character at a Christmas party, and she tells my parents that I used to spit in her Jell-O. I'm like, haha. That's really kind of it.
Nah,
dude. Residuals if you have 1 word or 20 words or 30 pages. So.
Yeah, but I mean, there was so much depth to your character, and I think that really was what was pulled on my heartstrings in that performance. And I'm still surprised.
A lot of that's on the DVD extras, right?
But I'm still surprised you didn't win an award for that performance.
Well, technically, as part of the cast, so I am an Emmy Award winner by the Transitive Property.
Did you get to hold the Emmy?
I said by the Transitive Property.
Oh.
What did you do? Did you go into that method?
No, I did not. Actually, the whole audition was me just being kind of a douche to the director. He would just talk to me. I'd go, yeah, right.
Yeah, but do you know what? I've known you almost 6-7 years, and you've never been a douche to me.
Well, not to you directly.
Brian, stop being a douche.
He douches you on Twitter.
You know, Brian takes care of all my stuff on my website whenever I update. I call Brian once a year. Hey, let's do something new and update the website.
Once a year, right?
Yeah. Oh, great. Way to keep proactive, dumb shit. Sorry about that, Brian. I've been trying to be more current on that thing. You got any more suggestions for me on that thing? BrokenSkullRanch.com?
No, like you've been doing. I mean, you'll start posting some more photos, I hope, whenever you get down to Mexico.
Yeah, you ought to tweet on your Twitter the picture of your fingernails.
You know what?
They could see it.
That should be the artwork for the podcast episode. Should be toenails and fingernails.
That ain't that's not a bad idea. With a hint of bush.
Please.
Right.
With a hint.
With a lawnmower.
With a lawnmower. Well, all right, you know what? I'd like to sit here and chit-chat forever, but I just wanted to talk about some of the things that I do to get ready to make my appearances on television or on the big screen. And some of these things are facials. Some of them are manicures and pedicures. I've never had a waxing in my nether regions.
Not yet.
Not yet. I mean, I'm an open cat. I'm an open-minded kind of guy.
Mexico's a crazy place.
Mexico's a crazy place, and they got enough tequila for about anything to happen. But I want to thank Barry for chipping in here in the studio. I want to thank my good friend Brian Bentley for saying, thumbs up, Steve. You still got your man card. You are indeed a redneck in good standing with the world. Brian, thanks for joining in, buddy.
My pleasure, sir. Do you have return appointments already set for these places?
No, goddammit. I told you.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to be 6 months down the road. Hey, what's that?
Just making sure.
Hey, I got it covered, man. That's going to be a biannual thing.
He does it quarterly.
Yeah.
He does it quarterly. You do it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. Hey, call me when you go get your eyebrows done so I can get my shit trimmed up, too. Hey, it's Steve Austin. Thanks for joining the Steve Austin Show. We'll catch you down the road.
Thank you for joining us for another classic episode of The Steve Austin Show. Please leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and tell your friends. For more Steve Austin Show, go to PodcastOne.com. That's PodcastOne.com.
See what's streaming free all month long during Amplify AAPI Voices on Pluto TV. Watch shows like Kim's Convenience with Simu Liu and amazing movies like Meet the Patels and Jason Momoa in Braven. Plus, Pluto TV has hundreds of channels with thousands more movies and TV shows available on live and on demand. Download Pluto TV on all your favorite devices for free. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. T-Pain's Nappy Boy Radio Podcast is back for our second season. Bigger and better than ever. Seriously though, this ish is huge. I'm your host, T-Pain. Every Tuesday, join me and my guests and my co-host for action-packed, hilarious, inspirational conversation. That's right, we're doing T-Pain Tuesdays. We got the biggest guests, new drinks, new games, and crazy studio vibes. You already know what it is, and here's Nappy Boy Radio, baby. Listen and subscribe to T-Pain's Nappy Boy Radio Podcast. Season 2 is available now everywhere you get your podcast. You already know what it is. Come on through.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy, Big Brother Jake, a.k.a. Jake Warner, my government name. Check it out. I host a show called the Big Brother Jake Podcast, and I've taken my talents to the biggest and baddest platform on the planet. That's right, baby, PodcastOne. My show is unique as I talk about everything. Life, sports, entertainment, being a single dad juggling several jobs. I'm a hot mess, but it's damn entertaining. Subscribe and review now on Apple Podcasts and listen on PodcastOne or wherever you get your podcasts.